You see, one of the most fascinating things about Erykah Badu is that almost every man that she successfully attracts in her life, a lot of them change their lives. A lot of them dress different. A lot of them, their music changes, their art changes. And a lot of them say that they fundamentally change when they're around Erica. And a lot of people observe that and they ask themselves, what is her secret? Is it voodoo magic, right? Or is it poom poom magic? We don't know. Today, I think I know what that is, people. I think I know what she's doing to hypnotize these men to completely start imitating her, right? There is something that she does that's very specific that a lot of you guys can start applying if you just listen to what I'm about to tell you. I'm telling you, this is a strategy that mothers use with their children. This is a strategy that psychologists use with their patients. That's why a lot of clients end up falling in love with their psychologists because they learn how to enter how to get inside of their heads. So we're gonna be watching Erykah Badu explain how she applies these strategies. And you guys that actually have a chapter in my new course, The Feminine Woman, called Increasing Your Observational Powers. And these are the powers that Erykah Badu uses and she explains, and I'm gonna explain to you guys right here. But in the course that I'm creating, not emotional mastery, The Feminine Woman, I do talk about this type of strategy. I do talk about this type of influence. So if you guys want to learn more about Erykah Badu's strategies, you guys can pre-order my course, The Feminine Woman, where honestly, it sounds like The Feminine Woman is Erykah Badu in a course, people. It's kind of insane. All right, so pre-order it right now. I'm closing the channel. All right, let's begin.
In a real relationship.
Yeah, people always blame you for Andre 3000 and Common's change of wardrobe.
Well,
How much of that blame do you take?
I don't know.
And I can promise you, one of the reasons they changed wardrobe because of her is because they feel understood by her. They see her as an ideal to become like, right? And I'm gonna show you why. But first, I want to watch this video, and then I'm gonna explain to you step by step how to do it. Oh my God, Father Alex, he's bleaching his skin. He's looking white. He's a traitor.
I really don't know. They were always themselves, and I just encourage them to be themselves.
You feel like when you meet men, they're intimidated by you now?
Women too.
So the first thing,
I really don't know. They were always themselves.
they were always themselves.
And I just encourage
them to be themselves. She doesn't try to change them. So for all the Bob the Builders out there, she doesn't try to make them any different than who they are. What she does is that she presents herself and she understands their point of view. And the most important thing is she makes them feel like she understands their point of view. And there are some ways that you guys can do this, but let's first finish this video and I'm going to give you guys a step-by-step strategy.
To be themselves.
You feel like when you meet men, they're intimidated by you now?
Women too.
People in general, yeah.
Yeah.
You are a lot of
Definitely
women
because
And it's because of the aura.
because of the persona and
Right? And the persona isn't who she is. The persona is what she projects. The clothes, the glasses, the top hat, the masculine frame that she has along with the feminine frame that she uses spirituality. And also she doesn't play down the rumors that she does voodoo. She doesn't say I don't do that. She actually embraces it. Even though I don't think it's true, what it does is that it gives her it increases her public image. It makes her look like larger than life. If she would say I don't do voodoo, yeah, sure, people will stop calling her a witch, but also part of the aura would go down. Part of her aura is the mystical kind. And she looks like she legit looks like a freaking character in one of those cards that you use to read people.
and the urban legends. And
It's
all
a
that.
legend. Yeah, I mean, it's legendary. I mean, we've even had to ask Common, is Erykah really sitting on that platinum poom poom like that? And he was like, yeah.
and again, for me, what I like about her is that she is beautiful, but she's not like. It's not like I'm gonna have dreams about her every night, It's not like I'm gonna have flashback to that ass every other week. No, she's a beautiful woman, but how many women are beautiful like this, and still don't know how to do this? So it's not about how she looks.
Well, amongst other things, because the power that I have does not just live between my thighs.
Here it
It
is.
also lives between my ears.
Right? Her
Yeah.
ears, not her head, her ears. In other words, she listens. And we're about to get into this right now.
I think that I do more listening to them than talking to them. And when you allow people to hear themselves, I think they really appreciate, the friendship. You know, I'm still best.
Boom, and that's the key right there. We're gonna go off of that point, right? Is that her skill is getting men to feel completely understood, and this is how you do it, right? This strategy usually works in the beginning more often. You gotta know how to sense people's individuality, and do not seem like you're doing this because you have no identity. Because that will turn them off. You want to make them feel like you are imitating them. You want to make them feel like you are completely fascinated by them. You want to make them feel like they're the most fascinating person, not you. Right? So we're going to be integrating some parts of their personality externally so that they can mirror us as well. Humans are social animals. If you mirror someone, they're going to start mirroring you symbiotically. So, this is the thing. A lot of people struggle with this strategy is because a lot of people are naturally stubborn. They're in love with themselves. They're naturally resistant to different ideas, and because of that, to bring them out of them, to bring them out of their self-obsession, you got to be able to get inside of their heads and understand their point of view. Right? As we grow older, our narcissism grows more psychologically. We become in love with our tastes and points of views and experiences. A hard shell, as a result, is formed in order to get them. It's formed, and that hard shell isolates people. That hard shell isolates them from new ideas, different points of views, and also it isolates them from understanding other people. But because of that, because they don't understand other people, they are also never really understood. So everyone has a deep and intense desire for somebody to crack that shell and understand us from within, like our parents understood us. Learn to quiet down your mental chatter and pay more attention to them, because this is the thing. When you go out of your way in conversation, right, to focus on them, to try to deeply understand them, what makes them different from other people, you pretty much cast a spell on them. By focusing on them, you cast a spell, which could most likely, I should make a video about I found out her spell, right? You reflect to them their natural point of views by you becoming a mirror image of them. You don't have to spend days studying them, or you could just engage with them and how they feel. Copy their point of views. You don't have to do everything that they're doing, but learn what their point of views are and reflect it upon them. That's really going to cast a spell. I can promise you she does this. I know with 100% certainty she's the type of person that when she listens to you, you end up feeling like you're the most interesting person in the world, right? So if you're, for example, if you're a man, around men, embrace your feminine. If you're a woman, around men, embrace your masculine, right? Why? Because as a man, by me embracing my feminine, it lowers people's defenses. But if you're a woman, by you embracing your masculine, it calms them down. It makes them feel more comfortable around you. Why? Because men are often seduced by the masculine element in a woman, be in a woman's behavior and character. So mimic all other things that you can mimic not just people's point of views, but also spiritual values. We talked about this, where you start embracing some of the spiritual beliefs, right? At least temporarily, right? Just to get them to open up, just to get them to lower their defenses. And this is the thing. It's not that you are imitating them. It's the fact that in order to imitate their values and spiritual values, you have to get inside their heads. And that's the important thing. You trying to see their values and mirror them in it of itself requires exploration of their psyche. That requires you to listen more than you talk. So when you're first talking to people, try to understand a few things that are very important, which I'm going to talk about in my course, The Feminine Woman. Try to understand what makes them different. What makes them different from everyone else? Okay, that's the most important thing you want to look for. What makes them unique? So as you're talking to people, don't proud like a freaking interrogator, right? Slowly find out what makes them different. Maybe you notice that they admire somebody that's usually most people don't admire, right? Those things will maybe say that their point of views are completely different. Maybe they like a certain type of music that most people don't like. Maybe they have an activity that they do that most people don't like to do. Engage in those activities, entertain them. Women, for example, I watch Larry Bird basketball, and the women who I end up, if you end up dating me, I'm gonna end up showing you videos of Larry Bird. And every girl that dates me, that ends up seducing me correctly, they all end up liking Larry Bird for some reason, right? It's kind of funny how that works, right? But it's because most likely they're mirroring my values. And when they when they tell me show me more videos of Larry Bird, oh, he's so good. I kind of feel like a connection because I'm like, oh, they like that thing that I like, right? And so what do you think it does in my brain? It says, oh my God, like we're a pretty good match. And your brain, because you have so many things in common, starts to almost like advocate for you, starts to say, man, this person will be a perfect person for me. They like this, they like that. We're really ideal. And you just start falling in love with them. Right? So you that's how you cast a spell, a psychological spell on men, by mirroring them, mirroring their values, and reflecting to them their higher nature, reflecting to them the parts of them that are the best, and trying to ignore the bad. And what you're gonna notice is that then they're gonna start imitating you. They're gonna start to mirror you because you're mirroring them, and because of that, humans just start mirroring people who mirror them. It's plain and simple. And then you can pull away and then you can pull an Erykah Badu, right? And this emotional connection increases the poom poom power, right? This emotional connection increases the poom poom effect on you. So it'll feel like he's banging fucking like Cleopatra, right? All because you're first filling his mind up, boosting his ego up. And it'll just give you a beautiful aura when they know that you understand them, when they feel like you understand them for who they are, you know? And I believe that's what she does really well. And a lot of people don't listen. And I believe that she does listen. I believe that she does take the time to understand people. And I believe that's why it works so well. All right? Anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to learn more about this, you guys can pre-order my course, the Feminine Woman, or purchase my other courses such as the natural chemistry, which is a course for women in relationships, and the psychological game of attraction, which is a course for women who are single. You guys can learn some of these strategies in those courses by clicking on the description down below. Take care.